Hey, it's Jordan. In this video, I'm going to walk you through an introduction to Base44 so you can feel comfortable navigating and using the platform as you start building your own apps. Let's head over to base44.com and click Start Building. Once you sign in or sign up, you'll land on your main Base44 workspace page. Here in the prompt window, you'll add your first prompt describing the app you want to create. If you already know what you want your first prompt to be, just simply type it in, or use the speech-to-text option and tell the AI exactly what you want to build in your own words. If you'd like some inspiration, we have the Ideas to Get Started feature to help you brainstorm. Clicking More Ideas will generate more categories to choose from. Then click a category like Productivity, and you'll see a few app ideas. For this walkthrough, let's create a mind mapping tool. You'll see this adds the first prompt to use in the prompt window. Feel free to add to this prompt with any additional details you want, or just hit send. Now Base44 goes to work, and we enter the builder. The builder is split into two sides. On the right-hand side is where your app preview will be. On the left, the chat to keep building. You can see the AI immediately starts planning the app, laying out the steps it will take, and then it starts building. In just a few minutes, you'll see the first version of your app in the right side preview window. This is your actual working app in its current form, so you can test it out, click around to see how it works. As you're clicking through this version, start thinking about what you would like to add or change in the app next. When you're ready to make changes, there are a few ways to do so depending on what you're changing. First, we can use chat mode. Simply prompt any new feature or change we want to make in the chat box. Like add the option to switch between grid and list view on the mind map list page. Since this change is to the overall app design and not a specific element, prompting the change in the chat mode will work the best. If there's a specific element you want to change, it's better to use visual edit mode. First, toggle on visual edit. Now, when you hover over the app preview, you'll see you can select individual elements on the page. Click on the element you want to change. Then on the floating toolbar, click Edit Element. You can then prompt the chat here so it knows to only change this element. For example, add a hover effect to this button. Then there's Discuss mode. Think of Discuss mode like a teammate you can bounce ideas off of. Before making any changes to the app, you can chat back and forth to refine your ideas or create a plan. So maybe you want to ask, what other features would be good to add to this app while still keeping it clean and minimal? You'll see that no changes are made, but instead the chat starts to have a conversation with you. Once you're ready to make any change, toggle off Discuss mode and prompt the chat to do so. You'll also see suggestions above the chat box, which are features the AI thinks may be beneficial for your app. When you click on one, it adds a prompt to the chat that you can send to implement it. And that's it. By using these tools, you can go from prompt to first version to then continuing to build your app the way you want. Now, what makes Base44 so awesome is that all the complicated backend stuff is automatically built in. So you're not just designing an app, it's fully functional. So next, let's walk through the dashboard so you can see some additional settings and functionality available for your apps. Go to the top of the builder and click the dashboard toggle. Now the dashboard will appear in the right side window. To start, we have Overview. Here we can edit the name of the app, as well as the app logo. We can set the app visibility to public or private, and then once the app is published, send invites to users 2 ways depending on the visibility option you chose. Speaking of users, the user page will allow us to see all current users of your app as they sign up. Then we have data. With Base44, the database is built in, so you don't have to connect any other third-party services. All data that's added will be securely stored inside your app and accessed here if needed. Analytics will show data about users, top pages, and give you helpful insights to keep track of your app's usage over time. Under Domain, you can edit your app's Base44 URL, or connect a custom domain you own or want to purchase before publishing. Then we have integrations. Here you can connect your favorite third-party apps and services with one click by simply clicking Use and then selecting a prompt to add to the chat. Keep in mind this feature does require backend functions, a feature currently only available on Builder tier and above plans. Next, we have security. Again, built right in. Before you publish your app, make sure to run a security check that will help ensure that all pages have the correct access rules to keep your app and data secure. Another awesome built-in feature is agents. From this page, you can first enable agent creation and then ask the chat to create an agent for you. Just describe the role and tasks you want, and the agent will be created. Then you'll see a list of all agents in your app and have the ability to edit them further. For advanced users, you can also access and edit the app's code manually, monitor system logs, and get ready-to-use code snippets and examples for common API calls to add to your app directly. Under Settings, we'll find Authentication, once again built right in. Here you can configure the authentication methods that members of your app can use to log in. Common options like Google, Microsoft, and Facebook are all available and easily toggled on and off. Once you build out your app and configure all your settings, the final step is to publish your app. You'll see the Publish button in the top right corner from any screen. Here you'll see which domain you're going to be publishing to and the current app visibility you chose in the settings. Once you hit Publish App, the published version will open in a new window and your app will officially be live and ready to share. There you have it. Building and publishing apps in Base44 really is as easy and as fun as that. So, what are we building?